Greetings, Explorer families. This is Mr. Ike, the Executive Director of our Westlake Charter School families. We want to open by saying thank you. These past several months have been a demonstration of the importance of community. Thank you for supporting one another, for supporting our staff, and most importantly, supporting our students through this incredibly challenging time. As we look to the next steps, we're going to ask each family to make a decision of when you would like your student to return to school. Now, this is an incredibly personal decision, and I will not try to sway you one way or the other. In this video, I would like to explain what we are trying to accomplish as we take these next steps forward and what families can expect in the coming months. So families, it is important that we are clear about what the coming months look like. Many people are talking about reopening schools, but the truth is we're not reopening school like we remember school back in January of 2020. We're reopening campus during a global pandemic. And it has to look different if we're going to commit to the health and safety of our community. Now, having said that, some people are asking, well, why open school at all? Well, learning is a social act. And we believe that having students come back to campus, even wearing face coverings and using 6 feet of social distancing, that our students will benefit academically and social emotionally. Now first, what are we trying to accomplish? For nearly 9 months, our students have been away from campus. We've worked hard to address the academic and social emotional readiness of each student as best we can during this time. And while distance learning was nobody's first choice, we're proud of the work that our community has done together during this time. We launched this work with the health and safety of our community in mind, and these continue to be our primary goals. First, as we reopen our campus, we will make health and safety our highest priority. This means that we will have to commit to smaller class sizes, shortened school days, and taking turns to be in the classroom to ensure that every student, staff, and community member can expect that we are doing everything within our control to keep our community safe. Now, next, we are committed to continuing to keep our community together. We're so proud of the work our teachers have done to build community in each of our classrooms, and as we take these next steps, we are committed to keeping your student connected to their learning community. Whether a student is in cohort A, cohort B, or whether your family selects full-time distance learning, your student will stay with their teacher and their classmates. So, with these commitments in mind, we would like everyone to know what you can expect in the coming months before we ask you to make a final decision about coming back. First, let's consider the school day. Now, during distance learning, we've been attending school from between 8:30 and 9 a.m., depending on the grade level, until 12:45 or 1:15 in the afternoon. After instruction, our teachers have been available every day for office hours, after which our staff spend time planning, building digital resources, attending meetings for student success. I've been working in education right here in Natomas for over 20 years, and I've never seen a group of teachers work this hard. So just because the school day ends at 1:15, please don't be fooled. Our teachers are working well into the evening, more often than you may think. So moving forward, we've had to design a way to give our full attention to teaching students in class at one point during the day, and at another time during the day, give our full attention to teaching students who are off campus. And this means the day has to be split in half. Let's start with grades kindergarten through 4th. Now, it may look slightly different depending on the grade level, but the general model looks like this. On Monday and Tuesday, cohort A will be on campus, in the classroom, learning with the teacher from the beginning of the school day until dismissal at 11:30 a.m. Now, during this time, cohort B and the students who've elected full-time distance learning will work from home on independent learning materials. Now, sometimes independent learning materials will be guided by a video and include some hands-on learning activities. At other times, it could include online learning platforms like Lexia for reading or Freckle for math. And at other times, the work may be an extension of items that were introduced during a previous lesson. Now, after 11:30 a.m., when the on-campus students are dismissed, The teachers will log in and facilitate live synchronous teaching and learning activities with Cohort B and those students whose families have elected for full-time distance learning. Now, while these students have time with the teacher, the students who were on campus in the morning will spend their afternoon engaged in independent learning activities prescribed by the teacher. Now, that's Monday and Tuesday. On Wednesday, our staff will focus on deep cleaning the entire campus, and then all teachers and students will return to distance learning using the same schedule that we have been using all year long. Now, on Thursday and Friday, Cohort B will come to campus, and Cohort A will engage in independent learning during the morning, then shift to live synchronous learning with the teacher in the afternoon. Families, this is only a starting point. We need to start from a place that is manageable and consistent. As we begin to improve our practices, we will see these practices evolve. We already have teachers in kindergarten through fourth grade considering how might we innovate with morning meeting or closing circle or small group instruction by engaging students both in class and at home simultaneously. However, please be patient. We may grow into these practices, but we have to start in a model that allows the teacher to place their full attention on the students they have directly in front of them, either physically in class or on the screen, one group at a time. This commitment will ensure that each student in kindergarten through fourth grade gets the personalized attention they need to make this transition to an entirely new way of attending school. Now, during the on-campus day, students will wear face coverings, observe 6 feet of social distancing both in class and all across campus, and students will have a recess or activities break and a grab-and-go lunch that will be provided as students are dismissed at 11:30. Now, for students 5th through 8th grade, the schedule looks similar. However, these students have more ability to navigate the digital platform both on and off campus, such that our teachers are committed to hosting these classes simultaneously. So on Monday and Tuesday, Cohort A will come to class, while Cohort B and students who've elected full-time distance learning will log in from home. Now, teachers will facilitate learning much like they do now, teaching to all students digitally. Now, on-campus students will be dismissed at 11:30, and the remainder of the day will be filled with potential live targeted supports and asynchronous or independent learning materials. Now, on Wednesday, all students will attend distance learning just as we have all year, and on Thursday and Friday, Cohort B will take their turn on campus. Okay, families, our team has worked hard to develop these models to launch as we begin to reopen campus, and we are committed to continuing to innovate and improve upon these practices as we move forward safely. I think we would all agree that distance learning today looks a lot different than it did in the spring. So we hope that as we launch these models, as we reopen school, maybe 6, 8, 12 weeks later, they will already be evolving into what best practices come next. Okay, thank you, families, for all that you do for Westlake Charter School. And as always, let's explore!